So, in this video, I'm going to break down what it takes to bring in your ideal partner, bring in your ideal conscious partner that you've always wanted. In this video, I'm going to break it down, and be aware, it's not going to be easy, and it's going to really confront you. So, keep watching. It's not what you think, but I guarantee it will get you the results that you want. So, keep watching. I'm not going to go through every single step in this video. If you're interested in finding out everything that is required, finding your ideal partner, drop me a DM and let's find out how I can help you, and if you want to work with me, because not everyone wants to work with me, and equally I can't help everyone. So if we're the right fit, let's find out if I can help you to find your ideal conscious partner and literally go on the date with them and bring them into your life. But otherwise, continue watching and let's get straight into it then. So the one thing that I've noticed in a lot of men is the inability to be self-aware of their insecurities, of their weaknesses, of their emotions. And through this, what this leads to is frustration. It leads to you projecting that one thing that you want in your ideal partner, but equally it's the one thing that you don't have. So essentially, you're projecting your weaknesses onto your ideal partner. You want someone who's beautiful, even though you might not feel you're beautiful. You want someone who's peaceful, calm, feminine, even though those are traits that you've never embodied within yourself, even though you might be the opposite, and even though the feminine might be a good match for you. What happens is no one is that perfect. No one is feminine 24/7. And that person you might meet in the future will definitely show you traits of the masculine. They might show you assertiveness, they might show you anger, they might talk back to you. All these traits that a lot of men don't like. And the truth is, if you want to be in a conscious relationship, if you want to be in a relationship that whether your partner's helping you grow or you're helping your partner grow, these are aspects you need to face. You need to realize that you are not perfect. And if that triggers you, you have to accept it. If you think you're perfect, I guarantee you, deep down, there are insecurities that you are not self-aware of yet. If you want to find your partner, you need your ideal conscious partner. You need to learn that there are parts of you that you need to start to unravel and expose. Your future partner, the person you go into a relationship, will be a mirror of you. And what that means is they will show parts of you that you don't like. They might turn up and they might be really angry, and that might be a part of you that you also have. Deep down, you might have anger issues yourself. You might also be stubborn, and your partner might come across as that stubborn, angry person, but equally you have that within yourself. But you haven't addressed it within yourself, and yet you want your partner in front of you to not have those traits. You want your partner to be perfect, but the truth is that's never the case. A relationship is not easy. There's going to be ups and downs. You're going to have to work through it, especially if you want that conscious relationship. You have to learn to commit. You have to learn to face your insecurities. Those insecurities are also going to be super exposed. And if you don't have the emotional intelligence, if you don't have the logic, if you don't have the rationality, if you don't have the boundary set up already, it's going to be hard to face those scenarios in the future. And this is why so many people eventually don't commit, they give up, or they never find anyone. Even though there might be a line of women in front of them, they can't commit. They're still stuck in the past. They're still stuck living up to expectations from their parents. They're still living past childhood experiences, and they're not self-aware of them, and hence they can't move forward. Now, I know there's a lot I've thrown at you. I don't know if it makes sense. If it does, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try and dive more deeper into this because it's a serious thing. It really will change the shape and course of your relationships going down the line. If you become more self-aware, if you become more confident within yourself, more secure in yourself, if you really delve deep and push past your ego and realize that you're not perfect and realize your flaws, and you no longer start projecting that onto the person in front of you, your life will change tremendously because all of a sudden you're working in a partnership with someone, and that partnership will help you grow, or help both of you grow. Even if it doesn't end up with you two being together for the rest of your lives, to however far you go together, you will grow, and it will help you become a better person. It will help you overcome those fears of rejection, those fears of not being loved, those fears of not being liked for who you are, those fears of not being authentic. Because too many men now are going out there not being authentic, not being their real self, and yes, they get laid, they find partners in the future, but equally, they're not happy. They move from one person to another, and they complain that women these days have changed. They think that women are the certain way, they have this certain ideology, and all women are the same. And when you have that thought, when you have that thought process, that mentality, you're only going to attract those women into your life. You're only going to see that in front of you. You're never going to see someone who has the potential to grow. Because let's face it, not every man is perfect. Everyone has the potential to grow. Even the most perfect man, put them in front of you, you can always find a flaw. And they have the potential to grow in that flaw and become a better version of themselves through that flaw. But if you're not willing to face that flaw, or you're not willing to subside that flaw in front of you in the partner that you meet, then you're going to struggle. Now, this isn't to say that you should tolerate everything. You should have boundaries when you first start dating. You should definitely tell the person in front of you what you want and what you don't want. But you should also be willing to see if that person in front of you is willing to grow with you, to compromise 50-50, or change some of their habits for you. And equally, you should be able to see, are some of the habits that you have actually more detrimental in the long term? Because sometimes the future partner will say something to you that might trigger you. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that to me? And if it triggers you to a point where you don't really think about it and you lash out, you're a bit more emotional about it, you get angry, then realistically, you're not going to go anywhere and you're just going to be in the same place forever. But if you can take that advice, take that criticism, and be like, okay, she said this. Let me weigh it down. Let me see the pros and cons of what she's saying. And actually, although I don't like to hear it, although it doesn't sound nice, although it sounds uncomfortable, if I take this on board, perhaps going forward I'll be a better man. Perhaps I'll be more successful. If you can think like this, if you can be rational in this sense and less emotional, then all of a sudden your life will change, because you will attract more women who are your ideal partner. You'll find more women who you're willing to commit to and who you actually want to commit to. And more importantly, also, you become more authentic, you become more real, and you become more conscious. And to attract a conscious ideal partner, you need to become more conscious. You need to realize that you need to level up. If you don't level up, the people who you match, the people that you meet, won't be leveled up, or they won't be willing to level up. You meet people where you're at right now. So, are you willing to grow? Are you willing to meet those insecurities and identify them, face them, be honest with yourself, be more authentic? Are you willing to do those things? Because if you can, you will grow. It will be uncomfortable at times, but you will grow. You'll find a relationship that you are willing to commit to, that you want to commit to. And yes, there'll be downs. There'll be times where you will like, oh, fuck this, I can't be bothered. But equally, there'll be other times where you're like, actually, this is so worth it because I'm growing. I've become a better person. And actually, this person who is in front of me, who I'm falling in love with, who I fell in love with, is helping me grow. She has the best intentions for me. There are times when she's super supportive, she's caring, she's all these things. And yes, at times she can be really in your face, she can be really assertive, she can be really annoying. But it's okay because she has the best intentions for me. And we're growing together, and I'm becoming a better version of myself. If that's something that you want, if that's something that appeals to you, then start facing your insecurities and start really diving deeper into yourself and not projecting your insecurities to other people. And this might mean that you initially have to stop judging the person in front of you and start dating a lot of women, or meeting a lot of women. You don't necessarily have to date them, just meeting a lot of women and talking to them and trying to understand them and not judging them, because you might start to realize there are traits in other people that you like that you didn't realize. You might find someone who doesn't tick all your boxes. They might not tick 5 of those boxes, but equally they are perfect for you and they're willing to grow. And if you value things like health, family, they might not be in optimal health, but equally they might value health to a point where they're willing to grow, they're willing to learn from you. And these things are what's important. Because if the person in front of you is willing to grow, willing to learn from you, willing to meet you halfway, then there is opportunity for you, both of you, to develop and find your ideal partner. Instead of you hating women, saying all women are the same, change your perspective, start taking responsibility of your life, accountability of yourself, and the right woman will turn up in front of you. If this video has appealed to you, has interested you, has benefited you, let me drop me a like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.